this volume down. Fuck! Me, right in the nipples.
Nipples?
Fuck.
You had me at nipples.
I would have thought I had you at fuck, but okay.
I mean, I'm simple. I hear nipples, I get excited. Especially when you say it.
Alright. Ready? We'll start in 3, 2, 1. Hey there, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of the Platinum Achievements Podcast. As always, I'm Ray, and joining me is my favorite half horse, half man, Gary.
Hey, hey.
Great song. Have you heard that song yet?
Which one?
Oh, half horse, half man.
Oh, that was referencing a song. I thought you
Oh,
I was referencing that cartoon.
No. It's
Was it Horseman Bojack or something?
BoJack Horseman? Yeah. No. This is like the new what does the fox say? Except it's like they keep making the joke that it should be on Eurovision.
What the heck?
It's so good. I'll track it down and I'll send it to you.
That's cray.
YouTube. I gotta make you an admin on here still. Gary, how have you been on this lovely, lovely week?
I've been good. Work. A lot of work. A little bit of video games. Just enough so I don't go insane. How about you?
Oh, let me tell you. Kids are great. Kids are great, Gary. Let me
yeah,
tell you.
That's what you've said.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
So, if you haven't seen last week's episode, it's in the description there. But my child, 2.5-year-old Samuel, decided that on top of having strep and the flu and an ear infection, that he would like another round of croup and some pneumonia. So it's been a lovely couple of days. But after his nap today, he seems to finally have turned a corner. He still has a cough, but it's not hurting him anymore. He's back to his normal self, it seems like. Thankfully.
Well, that's good. That's good.
Yeah, that's the silver lining.
Mm-hmm.
It's been he's been up, or not up since 5. He got up at 5 today, so that was lovely dealing with that.
Good times.
Oh yeah.
The more you bring up Sammy, the more I want to have a kid. You know?
Oh, let me tell
Sounds
you,
fantastic.
Nothing makes you want to have a kid like finding out that kids be sick all the time.
Oh yeah.
And nothing makes you want to have another kid.
Just wait until he starts going to school. It's going to be even worse.
You know, they say that. I'm really hoping that's not the case, even though I know it's true.
100% the case.
But
both my nephews are always sick.
Once he
ever
goes
since they
to
started school.
The problem now is that he's not verbally at a point where he can just actually like tell us like, "Hey, this is what's wrong." Mm-hmm. When he's going to school and he can actually tell me like, "Hey, this is what's wrong with me." I feel like that'll be a little easier than just like the whining and the just like throwing and the fists and just everything else that just, you know, how a kid communicates.
So basically how I communicate when I'm sick.
Dude, when I'm sick, I don't want anyone even near me.
Mm-hmm.
I sit
I pretty much never get sick though. Literally like maybe once every like year, if that. Like I don't know what it is. I just have a crazy freaking immune system.
I get like maybe one or two a year.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like it rarely lasts more than a day or so. I mean, I get like the sniffles and congestion constantly, but like actually like debilitating sickness, very rare.
Yeah.
Oh, I threw my phone. I don't know why I did that because I need to use it for things in this podcast.
You're a naughty boy.
I know. Sun's rubbing off on me, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Oh. You know, I just got back in from shoveling the driveway, which is, I know you don't know what snow is, but it's this white stuff that falls from the heavens. And it accumulates.
Is that what that is?
Oh yeah. It's
Thank God I don't have to deal with that shit.
Yeah, but your Christmases are also less magical. Let's be honest.
Yeah, I suppose.
Santa doesn't come to the hot states. You know what I'm saying? Those are where the parents buy the gifts.
California's not even a hot state. It's like there's a reason that it costs a shit ton to live here. It's because the weather's basically good all year round. Like it doesn't get too hot, it doesn't get too cold.
What about like Northern California? They must get snow, don't they?
No.
Really? Isn't Northern California like way up there? Like higher than
PA?
Okay,
let me actually.
I've never been to Northern California, but I'm going to talk about it.
And I live in Northern California,
Do you?
Learn a new thing every day. No, I mean the only that's not even the place. There's a place nearby-ish, like a few hours away, that gets snow, but that's not even technically California. It's like right as you hit the next state, so it doesn't technically count. There might be like a few like remote places, like in the fucking mountains or something, that get snow, but like as a whole, California doesn't really get any snow.
Okay. Yeah. I just sent the song to you for your listening pleasure later on. It's a masterpiece.
Ooh. Is it?
It's a masterpiece. It's a banger. I listen to it almost every day.
Absolute masterpiece.
So, but yeah, other than Sammy being sick, I'm trying to think what else is new. Probably nothing. Oh, Amanda and I started last night. I think we watched the first 2 or 3 episodes of that 70s show. I have it on Blu-ray.
The original or the newer one? Oh, no, I guess the newer one's like that 90s show or something.
Is it 90s? Yeah. Did you know the guy
90s.
from Always Sunny, Glenn Howerton? The one who plays... why am I blanking on the name? Not Mac, not Charlie. Oh, Dennis. He was in...
Really?
It was like a season. But he was in the sequel series, that 80s show.
Wait, there's that 80s show too?
There's a reason you haven't heard of it. It's not good. I don't think there's any actual... I think Glenn Howerton plays Eric's cousin. I think that's the connecting tissue. I don't think they have any... I don't think any characters show up. But it also only ran for like a season.
I never even really got that into that 70s show. I would like watch an episode here and there, but I wasn't like, oh my god, I'm gonna watch all of this.
So it's weird. I don't know what's been going on with like YouTube specifically, and even my father-in-law, I think on his, let's call it TikTok, they've just been like, that 70s show clips have just been being pushed to me and him. So I was like, weird. Yeah, it's kind of random.
They're stalking you.
Because I don't know. I don't think there's been any. Well, I guess that 90s show just ended or was canceled. Which that 90s show wasn't bad either. I actually pretty much. I
wouldn't be surprised if it was canceled. You know.
Mm-hmm.
Happens a lot.
It did get 2 seasons though. It was good though. I thought it was pretty funny.
But
no, so that 70s show, I watched it when I was younger. I have the Blu-rays. The funny, looking back at it, first of all, this is a show that it's very easy for me to separate the art from the artists, I guess. Just because they were so young when they did it. Because I mean, some of them have not done some great things, and some of them have vouched for some not so good things from some people. But very easy to dissociate that. And the first episode's a stone cold classic. Where they go out of, Eric gets the car and they go out of town. I think the second episode is Eric's birthday. And then there was did we watch a third episode or did we stop? I think maybe I watched the third one without Amanda. But very, very fun show, very enjoyable. And it's funny looking back at it how, there were like rumors that, the main guy, Topher Grace, who plays Eric, was like kind of not a loner, but he wasn't as like friendly or in like the clique as like what Mila Kunis and Danny Masterson, Wilmer Valderrama, and Ashton Kutcher. And then it comes out now that like oh, they were all pretty messed up except for maybe the girl who played Donna, Laura Prepon, and then the Topher Grace. So it's like, oh, they were just avoiding the crazy. But at the time we were like, oh, they're just not as like tight knit. So
this is kind of like the age of things coming to the surface.
Oh yeah, well, that's the internet for you.
Yeah.
And also, just courts.
I mean, I guess it's also like once people start doing it like as like a common thing, more people are more comfortable coming forward and saying, "Hey, this thing happened" or whatever.
Yep.
I'm sure. I mean, obviously, how do I say it? I'm sure most of them are valid and did happen, but there's probably also those people who try to capitalize on it.
Oh, for sure.
And say, "Oh, this person did this thing," and then they're trying to get money or whatever.
Well, Danny Masters,
I'm sure
he is in jail. He's serving some time. Tom Cruise can't even save him. But yeah, I mean, there's a story, and then we'll get into our achievements and trophies. There's a story. I don't know who it was. I forget how long ago it was. Well, I think it took place the 80s or something like that. This woman said that her dad, when she was a girl, and while she was still a girl, said her dad did some things, and her dad went away to jail for a long time, and then I want to say 20 years later, she was just like, "Oh yeah, I was just mad at him, so I lied about it."
What?
Yeah,
that's fucked up.
I don't remember who it was. I just remember that story was a big news story.
Just being mad to the next level, right, dude, there. Jesus Christ,
that's half the fear of having a kid, that they're just gonna do something like that. Like when Sam was born, I was like, this kid could literally murder me in my sleep in a few years if he wanted.
Yeah, but that's the problem. The problem and the key, I guess I should say, is you got to raise them so they become a decently functional human being.
We've been letting Paw Patrol raise them for the past few days. It's like the one thing that is calming them down. And I hate Paw Patrol now.
Go. Why?
I don't know. It just makes I don't. Oh, you know what it is? Everything those little dogs say is like a Marvel MCU one-liner.
Yeah, that's how kids shows are.
Yeah, I haven't seen a lot of kid shows recently. Like I've had Bluey, that's about it, and Bluey's pretty good. But
even like our generation, that's just how they like.
Oh, I remember they've all been like that.
It was they were cheesy as hell, yeah.
And not even
watching them now,
just like
it's like quote
unquote baby shows, not like not like a Hey Arnold or anything, but like this Paw Patrol we're watching. It's like hour-long clips stitched together. First of all, it seems like there's 3 mayors and 2 of them are related, but then one of them might be evil or a bad guy or quote unquote a bad guy, but not really a bad guy. Whatever. I don't understand the political structure of that town, and also yeah, everything is like a Marvel one-liner. It feels like where I'll give an example. Like, hey dog, we need a trampoline to get up higher to save this guy. And he's like, I'll give you a lift type of
yeah.
I hate it almost as much as short form content like dialogue cadence. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Dude, drives me insane.
I'm the opposite. Maybe just because I have a stupid sense of humor, but I kind of there's actually an odd amount of charm for me. Obviously,
you can say it.
Yeah, obviously I'm not sitting there fucking watching tons of episodes like you are with your kid, but even just seeing a one-off episode of something like that, I'm like, that's kind of stupid funny. It's not funny, it's stupid funny. I remember a few years ago going back and randomly watching an episode of the original Power Rangers because that was my jam as a kid, and I was like, "Oh my god, this is so bad."
Oh, it's
but
terrible.
It's so bad it's good though.
Remember when Kimberly left and just wrote Tommy a note saying that she found someone new? Heartbreaking. I saw that clip.
I don't remember that at all.
No, I saw it a few weeks ago. The movie I watched it. I think I have it on Blu-ray. The first one holds up surprisingly. Yeah, holds up surprisingly well.
That's my favorite one.
The only I mean, there's a few moments sprinkled here and there. The time where it actually looks terrible is when they get into the Megazord. That's about it.
Yeah.
But other than that,
did you random side tangent? Did you know that I literally found out about this a few years ago that whenever they fight and whenever they're in school, like, and they're not, they're not in their outfits, the fighting scenes are literally from a whole different show.
This guy doesn't know his own show. Yeah, I knew that. Yeah, it's
Okay.
it's
because a lot of people, didn't. It was like Super Senpai or something like that.
Super Sentai, I think it is.
Yeah, Senpai.
But no, so
notice me, Senpai.
It was the early seasons. There's a time where you can tell it switched, where they were putting more production value into it, but it was just a cost cutting measure. It was like, we have this footage, bring it to another market, and then just change the show, and then it can be just American teenagers. I found
out about that a few years ago, and I was like, my whole life is a lie. But yeah, all right. You want to go first, or should I go first?
I'll go first because I've literally only been playing like two things.
Me too.
Let me just pull up. Where's my? I have area access in social. I don't think it belongs in my social thing. Did I do any gamer score? I talked about Risk last time, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so no change on Xbox. I didn't touch it. I played. I think I talked about this last time. I completed both Star Wars Clone Wars games. Since then, I know for sure, because I played it while Sammy was sleeping on my lap, I completed the PS5 version of Blind Postman. So my trophies, gamer score still at 729, 245. Trophies 121, plats 798, golds 1094, silver 2575, bronze skis. The Blind Postman, fun little ice skating puzzle game is what I call it. I don't know the actual genre. Sliding puzzle, maybe? I don't know.
I hate sliding puzzles.
Much easier than the Xbox version. I forgot about that. The Xbox version has like, you have to complete some levels in certain times, which I think is actually the only hard part. But the PlayStation version, none of that. It's just beat all the levels, get all the collectible letters, and you have to interact with certain types of objects, like destructible walls, a certain amount of times. But other than that, yeah. Easy game. I think I got it for like $1 something with my store credit. It's one of those games I bought that I didn't actually buy. You know what I'm saying? And then, also, I've been just chugging along on this game. Nexomon. I am thoroughly enjoying this Pokemon ripoff.
Yeah?
I have issues with it, to be sure.
What kind of issues?
Biggest issues that I have is, one, you have a robot companion who likes to break the fourth wall a few too many times for my liking. There was a funny moment where in one of the later game moments, you save a shopkeeper from being attacked, and he's like, "Hey, come visit me in my town for by the destroyed remains of my town." And the robot's like, "Yeah, we'll do that, but you gonna give us some like free stuff because we saved you?" And the shopkeeper's just like, literally just goes, "No," and just walks away. But it's a Pokemon clone. There's Nexomon. You basically trap Pokemon, or I'm gonna just equate it to Pokemon. You capture the Pokemon in these like X discs, and the story's a little convoluted and a little messy. I think like there's the Nexo Lord, who's like the king of the trainers, and he's trying to resurrect the god and his children, who are going to destroy the Earth and clear out all the humans, just except for the Pokemons. And so it's the Nexo Lord, and then he's got these champions. But then under the champions are essentially like the gym leaders, but there's no gyms. They're called overseers. But like half the overseers are working against the Nexo Lord. So there's some insubordination going on. And one of the overseers used to be the Nexo Lord, but the Nexo Lord overtook him and made him an overseer. Really weird
convoluted
stuff.
As hell.
There's it makes sense later on, I guess, but as they're presenting the things to you, it like nothing really like it seems way more complicated than it needs to be. There's at like the 11th hour, there's a reveal that one of these characters isn't a ghost or dead, but he was essentially at some point a digital world was made, and people went into the digital world to hide from the big bad Pokemon, and then
don't be spoiling shit, dude. This is my backlog.
Dude, is it actually?
Yeah.
Well, this digital world thing plays no part in the game at all. Like, it's literally the guy's like, I'm from the digital world. Humans did this, tried to hide or whatever. But then there were digital babies made. But we have digital Nexomons too. And then he's like, it got wiped out. And I'm somehow here. That's literally all it is. It's this very weird, 11th hour, plot point. Very weird. Trying to think what my other issues with the game is. There's a reveal on the true nature of the Nexomon, which I thought was pretty dumb. I won't spoil that for you. Don't look at the trophies, though, because some of the pictures might spoil some things for you, but then also kind of mislead you. So it's... I have some negatives, but positively, it's a fun game. It's colorful. My wife thought I was playing Pokemon, which is a good thing for a game like this. I like, the other negative is there's no stats that allow you to go first. Like, you always go first in your matches. And then that's literally the cadence. Like, you go first, then your opponent, and then you go, and then your opponent. There's no, a speed stat that helps you go quicker. If you're part of the problem is if your opponent, let's say I attack, right? And then I knock out a Nexomon. When the opponent brings their Nexomon in, it's that Nexomon's turn to attack. It's not like a resetting of the round type of deal. So
okay.
It takes a little getting used to. I don't like that format exactly, but whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, as far as what I like, environments are varied. The Nexomon are pretty cool looking. I like the story overall now that I've essentially beaten it. I'm in the end game now, as Tony Stark would say. And at this point, I'm basically... Let me see. I actually have it pulled up here, because in the meantime, I'm going to be tracking down some Nexomons. What happened? Oh, my controller died? Shite. Controller battery low. Man.
Nexomon. You gotta buy him. You gotta buy him.
I'm currently sitting at 187 out of 310 Nexomons. You gotta catch them all to beat the game.
Gotta catch them all. Gotta catch them all.
I got lucky, though. There's one legendary one that will spawn randomly at any point in your journey. Just the more Nexomon that you have captured or registered in your database, the more likely he is to spawn, but I got him real early.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Capture all the Nexomons, capture the legendary ones. Alright, so yeah, at this point, I'm literally just catching... I just gotta catch Nexomons.
How did Nintendo not sue them for making this game?
Because they're not throwing spheres in fields. That's the patent.
I guess. I don't know.
Also,
Nintendo's they're Nazis about their IPs.
Oh yeah, but they can't do anything because Digimon was already a thing. They already got the Mon thing. They can't own that.
Yeah, I guess. I guess you're right.
But what else was I gonna say? What was I gonna say? Nexomon, it's a good time. I just gotta catch them. The other thing I like is the leveling of the game is you level quickly. Very easy to get overpowered really quickly. Which is something that I really like in these games. I like being able to steamroll and just leave a wake of death in my wake.
I always grind like crazy in JRPGs and then I just fucking steamroll everything.
So the thing I like though is you can get overpowered very quickly. But by the end of the game and then the first post game, I would say, it catches up to you quickly. Where I got to the end boss, I couldn't beat him easily. I backed down, just did some power leveling in the last area. It took me an hour or so. I beat the game midday yesterday, and then there's a second area to go to, and you reborn your Nexomons, and they level up a lot quicker again, and it's more powerful and whatever. You can also go past level 100. I already got my guys at 100. I think they're at 100, like 13 or so each for my party. So we're just steamrolling.
Above 100, that's blasphemy.
Oh yeah. And without spoiling anything else, yeah, I think that's it. It's a very competent Pokemon clone. Pretty fun. I do, however, want to point out, I think there was some shenanigans going on because I checked on PSN profiles, I think it was, for the guide, and I'm like 90% sure it said 15 hours, which is why I started this. It is not a 15-hour game. I'm pushing 30 right now. It's a long game, and it says 25 in the guide.
Maybe you're just slow as hell.
Well, no, my point is that I'm pretty sure the guide time changed. But also, yeah, I like power leveled really a lot, and my time is a little skewed because of like pausing the game or just leaving it on walk away. So I would recommend Nexomon. The funny thing is, and I kept forgetting it until I boot the game up, it's a rat plat. Like, it's a Rat-a-like game. But it's 30 hours.
It is, yeah. I think I remember reading about that. I was like, that's crazy.
Yeah, there's a
sequel too.
Yeah, I'm not touching Extinction for at least a year. But there's
that one's even longer.
Then I'm probably not touching it. I'm not that invested in the story.
I think it's like a 60-hour platinum.
I'm not that invested. If it's a 60-hour, I'll have to let me check.
Although I think it might be like a prequel or something. I don't know. I'm not even necessarily.
It's just because they very much tee it up at the end of this game.
Like
the robot guy that breaks the fourth wall. There's a thing where they're like, all right, it's time for the. I don't know. It's a spoiler in a sense, but not really because it's literally the title of the next game. It's like, all right, if you do this, it's going to cause it's going to cause an extinction, and then the screen fades to white, and then the robot pops up and he goes, like Nexomon extinction, the game. And I'm like, shut up, robot. I also just wish that I get it. They want you to be the character. Just give my character voice, like a dialogue. I don't need to pretend I'm him completely. Just make an actual complete story. Yeah, let me look up Nexomon Extinction. But that's what I've been playing, and I'm still playing.
Very nice.
Yep. Oh, the other cool thing is, unlike Pokemon, especially in the end game, they dole out Master Balls or golden discs. Nexo traps. Golden Nexo traps. They dole them out like candy. They're literally everywhere. Like you don't get one Master Ball per game. You got to clone. I've stockpiled like 30 of these things, and I've been using them. So yeah.
Okay.
Your turn. While I look up Nexomon.
All right. So I've been pretty much just going. Most of my time went into Yakuza Kiwami 2. I'm trying to go hard on that because I think I brought up in the last episode that like I've been dragging that shit out for like 2 months because I'll play a little bit and then I'll stop and just
Gary,
get super distracted.
Hours.
I told you.
Damn.
But I finally beat the story in Kiwami 2. Probably. I mean, I already knew the story because I played the original, but probably one of my favorite stories in a Yakuza game. So good. It's so good.
Is it as good as the One Piece story, you weeb?
It's a slow burn, okay?
One Piece? Real slow burn.
Yeah. It's actually really good, though, honestly. Yeah, it's a extremely slow burn, but the more I got into it, I was like, God damn, like, Oda. Oda freaking, he foreshadows, like, fucking 50 manga in the future. Like, basically, like, hundreds of episodes. It's crazy how much foresight that guy has.
That anime has, it's not a foreshadow, it's like a 10 shadow.
You're so funny. So yeah, beat the story in Kiwami 2. As you kind of know, I was trying to like not trophy hunt, so I had trophy notifications off. But I got a little sad face when I uninstalled it because I like kind of didn't want to stop playing it. I just basically did all the sub stories, which is kind of like my staple in Yakuza games. I tried to do all the sub stories, kind of just dabble in everything. But there was a few sub stories tied to the cabaret club thing, which is kind of grindy, and I didn't feel like doing that. So I'm like, well, I guess I'm just gonna leave it at that. And then I uninstalled it, and I was like, I literally just sat there for like a half an hour. I was like, what do I play now? Like, I still kind of want to play more of Yakuza Kiwami 2, even though. And then
Pirates coming.
I ended. I know, but I'm not gonna play that for a while.
Ooh,
but I don't know. I ended up turning notifications back on because I kind of still want to trophy hunt in it. I'm a naughty boy, but it's gonna be a fucking grind, dude. Like the completion lists in those games are rough. Plus, you got to do like so the little girl, basically, your adopted daughter Haruka. Mm-hmm. In the first two games, Kiwami 1 and Kiwami 2, she has like requests when she's with you. And she'll basically be like, "Hey, let's go to
the mall.
Let's go to the if there was a mall. Let's go to the grocery store, and I want to buy I want to buy some cookies, or let's go play bowling, or let's go do this." And whenever she asks you to do
Nico, let's go bowling.
But if she asks you to like play a mini game, usually it's a pain in the ass because she wants you to like win a certain amount of times in a row, like get a certain score, which is kind of a bitch. Like have you heard of a game called Virtual On? You play as like a mech, and it's like it was like an arcade. It was like an arcade machine with like this really like crazy control scheme. It had like a full on like a bunch of like sticks you have to use to control and stuff. But anyways, they basically adapted it to consoles, and it's in that game. And she's like, "Oh yeah, beat like 3 opponents in a row." And I freaking wiped the floor with the first 2. And the third one, I literally tried like 10 fucking times. Like the difficulty spike going to the third enemy, I couldn't beat him. I tried like every character. I was like, "Fuck this." Like I ended up like that's when I was like, I don't even know if I want to platinum this. This is fucking annoying. Just this little thing. But I'm probably gonna try to chip away at it. But I ended up also playing more Vampire Survivors. That game's like fucking cocaine in game form. It's so good though. Like the Castlevania DLC, it doesn't have any trophies, but it's still totally worth playing just because of all the you can literally unlock like every Castlevania character ever, and the music is full of bangers. But it also just kind of helps with the other trophies in the game because you get like hella money off the Castlevania level. But I was doing some of the DLC, I was doing some of the main game. I technically beat the main game, I think. But there's still like a bunch of shit to do. Super fun though. It's there's some annoying shit where you have to like, oh, you got to last like a certain amount of time or do this thing and it can be a little grindy, but super fun. Yeah, that's kind of really all I played. I didn't play any Xbox.
Nice. I'm gonna go back to Xbox once I finish Nexomon for sure.
Yeah.
While you were talking, I just caught 2 more Nexomons. We're making progress.
Oh, a little multitasker over here. I
have to. The grind is real. I also just I raw dogged it and I'm just throwing Nexo traps at these guys now.
You had me at raw dog. All right. Do you want to do news stories? Or do you want to do viewer questions first?
Let's tackle the news stories.
Because there's only like 2 or 3.
I put 4 in, but they're pretty quick hits.
Because we got like a billion questions.
Yeah. They're pretty quick essentially. First one coming to us from True Achievements, from Sean Carey. One of the best little Game Pass games is getting a big DLC expansion soon. That game is Lil Gator Game. I love Lil Gator Game.
I literally saw that pop up the other day, and I totally thought of you.
Oh, I can't wait for Lil Gator Game getting a little expansion.
Who's the Lil Gator?
Is it? It's still on Game Pass, right? I guess the article says that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Little Gator Game, very fun little fetch quest island exploration game where you're little boy Gator with your buddies playing a kind of a Dungeons and Dragons-y type of an adventure across the island. Sammy really liked it. Taught him to Naruto run. And you're basically going to be exploring the underground, it looks like. Yeah, you'll venture underground to explore a mysterious cave network. In the caves, you'll find a bunch of secret treasures to uncover, hidden nooks and crannies filled with cute critters, and some new friends to meet. You'll also have to, quote, take on some troublesome teenagers, unquote, who are disrupting everyone's fun. Cool.
Sweet.
I don't see a release date. Currently including Game Pass, absolutely worth checking out if you're a subscriber. I don't know if it'll be free, but for $20, I could recommend Lil Gator Game for $20 on its own. I think it's worth it.
How long is it? Like 6 hours? 5 hours?
It could be around there. The cool thing about that is the daunting ones are to break all the breakable items to get like your confetti currency, and to either find everybody or you gotta break everything. Let me actually look at it. Lil Gator Game achievements. Make friends with everyone on the island, break everything on the island, craft every item. Those are the big ones. The cool thing is, okay, so it might be those two. Make friends with everyone on the island for 75G. Oh, not 75G. 48 gamer score, and Craft Slayer 48 gamer score, break everything on the island. Unfortunately, it's one of those ones that has weird gamer score, but you can get all of them pretty easy. It takes about 4 to 5 hours. Once you do all the quests, I believe, for everybody, once you beat the main story, I think your main homies give you a couple items that let you track down everything. So you'll be able to find everything pretty easy.
Oh, that's cool. I like when games do that.
Yep. So, Lil Gator Game getting that DLC. Next, also coming from also from Sean Carey on True Achievements. Xbox players are missing the easiest Indiana Jones and the Great Circle achievements. You rookies.
Bunch of losers.
Yeah, I'm missing a couple of them, actually. But it's just because I haven't gotten to them yet, because I'm still so early on in the game. Indiana Jones has a bunch of easy achievements that players aren't unlocking. Global Xbox data reveals that many Indiana Jones players missed a bunch of easy achievements. Over on Steam, the unlock percentages are higher for these achievements. Let's see, where do they have them listed? In Indiana Jones Circle, you can boost your health and stamina by eating some delicious fruits and pastries that are dotted around each level. Vatican City, Gizi, it's not Giza, and Sukhothai locations all have their own unique treats for Indy to eat. Machine Games has tied some achievements to those. For the Vatican City, first level is in the game outside of Marshall College. There's an achievement for eating a cornetto named Little Horn. Only 34% of players have unlocked this, but that still seems pretty high. I would have thought this would have been a lot lower, especially since it's a Game Pass game. Same can be said for Bread is Life, which you have to eat a certain bread in the Giza level, and Celestial Delight, eating a star fruit on the Sukhothai level. 22% of Indiana Jones players have Bread of Life, and 11% have Celestial Delight. The 11% makes more sense as people missing it, but Indiana Jones, very fun game. Very fun game. Doing really well.
At this point, I might just wait and play it on PlayStation.
I mean, I don't see no harm in that. I mean, if you do Game Pass by the month, right?
I do by the month, and it just ran out, so I'm like, eh.
And I mean, Indiana Jones alone is definitely worth it. If you were going to dedicate your month to it, I would definitely recommend that. But I'm only on the Vatican, but it's such a fun game.
That's what I've heard.
Probably my 4th favorite Indiana Jones story. Movies and game.
Okay.
I mean, I played the N64 Indiana Jones. I didn't get too far in that. I haven't seen like young Indiana Jones, but yeah. Another quick story coming us from Push Square. This is Liam Croft. More Astrobot content on the way as new speedrun level and bots revealed. And
kind of
Gary,
over it at this point.
What's that?
kind of over it at this point.
Same. That's my exact thought. I don't
like. I love. Don't get me wrong. I love Astrobot, but it's so annoying. Like,
listen, I finished the game. It's in the bin. I don't want to dig it back out every few months.
I know. Mine's still on my shelf, but it's just annoying having to reinstall it every month. It's like, dude.
I mean, Samuel loses shit because he loves Astrobot. He actually asked me to play Astrobot earlier today.
At this point, I'm just gonna wait till the end of the year for them to release whatever they're gonna release, and then just go back and finish them all at once.
That's kind of how I'm feeling too.
Like, dude.
And I mean, it's not like it's just title updates. It's not like it's DLC packs.
Yeah.
And not that there's like a danger of the DLC packs going down, like delisting.
Yeah.
Unless something crazy happened.
And
like
I'm not trying to sound ungrateful. Like, I love that they're releasing a bunch of free content. Like,
for sure.
It's just
but also,
it's more of like a first world trophy hunting problem. You know what I mean?
Like I've done it. I beat it. Like I loved every minute of it. I've done some speed runs. I did a Christmas level. That's the other thing. I'm afraid they're going to add other holiday levels. Like, I could see a Halloween level eventually.
Oh yeah, I'd actually be down for that. Plus, I'd give it. That's like 9 months away. I'd be down.
Oh, just slamming back this Mountain Dew.
Is that what you're calling nowadays?
Yeah. Yep. But yeah, it's cool they're adding more. Honestly, I don't care if they add more, just don't add trophies. They'll do it, but just don't add trophies. Cool. And then the last news story before we hop into... Do you want to do viewer questions next, or do we want to do our main topic?
Ooh, that's a good question. I mean, let's do the main topic first, since some of the questions are in regarding that.
Okay.
So.
Yeah. But the last news story, this comes from Jason Schreier at Bloomberg. Sony cancels 2 major PlayStation projects in broader retreat. Company told subsidiaries Bend and Bluepoint it will work with them to determine their next steps and minimize job losses. Sony has canceled previously unannounced games at 2 of the top subsidiaries. The company said Thursday. This would have been last Thursday. Oh, I forgot to say. Oh, Gary, at the top of the show, foolish me. We're recording on January 19th. You have 339 shopping days till Christmas.
Jesus Christ.
All right, back to yeah. Let's go.
That could have been left unsaid.
It could have, but it couldn't be. Neither studio will be shuttered. Ben and Bluepoint are highly accomplished teams who are valued members of the PlayStation Studios family. They are part of PlayStation now, right? Like, they were acquired, right?
Bend?
Well, Ben definitely, but Bluepoint?
I want to say yes.
I want to say yes as well. We're experts.
Because they did yeah, 100%. Yeah, because they did like the Demon Souls remake and stuff, and I think I want to say they're working exclusively with Sony now.
Let me double check ski this.
Well, yeah, a little live look up.
Bluepoint Games. I guess that's it.
The bluest point.
Bluepoint Games is an American video game studio based out of Austin, Texas, founded in 2006 by April. Parent organization. Okay, they are owned by Sony. Okay.
Nice.
We're accurate.
Nailed it.
Let's see. I think there was there was speculation that one of these games was a God of War live service, which I don't even know what that means. Like,
I don't even want any live service games anymore.
No, I've got what I got, and I'm done. Which, speaking of live service, Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League. Apparently, they did a final update. I won't spoil something that I read that they've addressed with it and fixed that people were very upset with in the beginning. I won't spoil it, but I guess there's actually a definitive ending now for the game, and I think the offline load is active too.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah. So I'll probably go back and play that.
Isn't that nice?
But yeah, these cancellations are a result of more than likely a result of Concord's monumental flop. Which can they write that game off, like, tax-wise? I don't think so, right? Because they sold physicals?
I don't know.
Slugger didn't buy physical, right? He did digital? Yeah, he did.
Slugger is an all-digital boy.
Yep.
He hates plastic. He's a plastic Nazi.
Listen, we got plastic in us now. We enough microplastics to make a credit card every year.
Back in my day, we made everything out of cast iron.
Listen, back in our day, it wasn't microplastics; it was lead. So that's not even true. I think. Have you
seen that? Have you seen that meme where it shows like basically every generation's like version of microplastic, like what the bad thing was for them, and they were all like basically like banding together to like they were like comparing. It was hella funny.
I haven't seen that one, but I've seen the one where similarly where they say every generation a blue dog rises up to raise the children of the future. And it's like, it's Bluey now.
Yeah.
It's Blue's Clues for the last generation. And the generation before that was Snoop Dogg in a blue shirt.
What?
Yeah.
Snoop Dogg in a blue shirt.
He's
what
a
the
blue
hell?
dog. Raise them kids.
I guess.
My chin Pokemons are all like in the 120s now. Just a heads up.
Chin Pokemon. I'm proud of you.
Thank you. I'm doing what I have to do. I have to so currently I have to track down all of them, but also have to find these like these ghost warriors that I have to battle, and you have to take out 65 of them, and then you automatically get given like these things called the wardens, which are kind of like legendaries. They just get put in your inventory.
Okay.
So, actually, the other cool thing I forgot to mention about Nexomon, aside from like caves and stuff, you can see in the tall grass patches like where they are, so you can just directly run to them.
Oh, that's cool. I like that.
Mm-hmm. Oh, and the other thing I like is whenever a Nexomon pops up, it tells
one more thing.
It tells you their rarity. Which I don't know. I don't know where special falls into it. Which you also get like your choice of like 8 Nexomons in the beginning, which is nice.
Special
instead of 3. And I chose the fox one, and he's pretty cool.
What does the fox say?
What does he say?
Did you do your homework, Ray?
What was the homework?
For the topic. That's what the topic's all about today's.
The 10
game
games?
pledges for 2025.
I did 90% of it.
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah, so my issue was, so I had a list originally of like, I wanted to not complete one big game a month, but essentially I had 12 games I was trying to do the whole year. And then I funneled that down to the 12, or the 10 that we were looking for. But I was like, I was trying to, in my head, like, transfer over my list. Like, okay, I remember this was on the shelf that I wanted to do. And then I looked at my shelf and there were like 3 games that I hadn't on my list, but I had 1 slot left. So I was like up in the air on what I wanted to do.
Okay.
I have an idea of what it'll be. But yeah, so we'll get into the main topic now. Let me pause my game.
Pause it.
Hold on, wait a sec. Oh. Where'd it go? There it is. Time we got? We got plenty of time.
Oh yeah.
Cracking open another one.
Damn, you're gonna get sugar high.
Listen, no, I think we talked about this last time, or maybe before we recorded the last time. But I used to drink a lot of Mountain Dew when I was a kid. It doesn't have any effect on me anymore. Unless I go I don't drink it that often. Like, I just don't get sugar highs from it.
I mean, obviously, the side effects didn't work on you because you still had a kid.
Yeah, well, there were some fears.
All right, I'm gonna go first since you went first on what we're playing.
Yeah, you go. Do you want to ping pong it back and forth, or do you want to just read off your 10?
Oh, you know what? Yeah, we could do that. That's a good idea. So I'm gonna narrow mine down. I went a little crazy, and I literally pledged a game from every single console that I own because I want to try to play more of my older consoles too that don't have trophies. Blasphemy.
Animal.
So, but I narrowed it down to my 10 that I'm most excited because we'll be here all fucking day if I list off 26 games.
So I think it's one of the viewer questions, but did you include any games on this list that aren't out yet? Or is this all your backlog?
No, this is all backlog.
Nice.
Yeah.
Speaking of, 19 days into 2025, haven't bought a game.
Ooh. proud of you.
It's getting surprisingly easier.
It does. All right, so I guess I'll just go. I just kind of put a little asterisk by my 10, the ones I'm most excited to play, and I'm just gonna go down the line. So, first one for me is Binary Domain. That was on my. So this can technically go in either PC or PS3. I literally had it sitting out, and I wanted to play it for most of last year.
Just a heads up, because I know we like to ramble. I have a hard out in like a half hour.
Okay. I'll try to make it quick then, because we got like 5 viewer questions.
Mm-hmm. And I mean, if we can't get to all of your questions, we'll tackle the ones that are like tied to this topic, and then we'll save the other ones for next week.
Okay. Binary Domain. It's made by the same people who make the Yakuza games, third-person shooter. I think I brought it up before, so I'll be brief. Basically, the gimmick is that you can build relationships with your teammates, and it's actually a pretty competent third-person shooter. I'm not sure if I'm going to play it on Steam, like PC or PS3 yet, because I own it on both. But yeah, that's my first one.
Nice. All right, let me actually pull up my list. Well, number one right off the top. Let's do it like we'll do it like drafts. So I'll do 2 now, and then you'll do like then. Nah, forget it. I'm literally losing my mind here. I'm overcomplicating all of it. First on my list, I plan to finish Nexomon.
Just back and forth.
Yeah. Yeah. Next on my list, or first on my list, I plan to finish Nexomon. Basically, I've already talked about it enough.
Yeah.
I just want to have it done.
Nice. Next for me is Cyberpunk 2077 on PS5.
That's a big one.
I know, but everybody and their mom now says that it's like such a good game.
Yeah,
it's been in my backlog. It's been in my backlog for hella long. I got the DLC on sale like a few months ago, so I'm doing it this year.
Nice. Next up for me, let me just go down I'll just go down my list. Alan Wake 2. I have it physically. I just want to, I started it. I'm probably, if I had to guess, I'd say I'm probably like 25% through the game. You see, that's right. I did, I just saved Alan Wake from the Nightmare Realm.
So yeah, you mentioned that last time. You haven't made any progress?
I haven't touched it. I'm playing Nexomon, my boy.
Yeah, I know.
Dude, with Sam's sleep schedule being completely off, it's like, I'm playing what I can. And he was too weak to fight me on any of it, so I was like, we're playing Nexomon, bud. We're not doing Cars 3 Driven to Win again. Or Astrobot.
Just get a PlayStation Portal.
I don't want... no.
All right, my next one is...
Hold on, I'm not done.
Huh? Done. Sorry, my bad. But
yeah, Alan Wake, I've got it physically on my shelf. I tried to focus on a handful more so of physical games. So... That's gonna be one of the games I plan to tackle this year.
You can do it. It's so good.
I love Alan Wake.
Now I'm next done. One for me is Nier Automata.
Ooh,
Automata. Okay. However the fuck you pronounce it. That's another one that's been on my backlog for like literal years. I remember I played for like a few hours. I think when I first bought it, and I really dug it. But I don't know. It's one of those games that just got pushed to the side and I never came back to it. So
it's like most of my games.
It's supposed to be really good though, and like you have to beat the game like 3 times to get the full story. Which
it's got like 5 endings, weird, doesn't it?
Yeah, something like that. So I'm basically picking games that are supposed to be like hella fucking good in my backlog. I'm like, you know what? Quality over quantity.
Aside, I would say even Nexomon's good, but aside from that, I really try. The good quality will be subjective, as one of my upcoming games will be. But I really tried to focus on just like bigger, like more real games, quote unquote.
Yeah.
Like Nexomon skirts the line, but I didn't put like any of those like super quick, like kind of janky games that I purchased at some point. Like was it Those Who Remain? I have it in the backlog on my PlayStation. Like what was it, like Paper Planes? I think it's called, or the Plane Effect. Like things like that. Like I didn't want to put on here. I wanted it to be like full-fledged, like actual games, quote unquote good games, but like I said, that mileage will vary.
Yeah.
My turn?
Yes, sir.
All right, next up, Life is Strange Double Exposure. I am halfway through episode 2, and I really like Life is Strange, so I want to finish this game off. That might honestly be my next game that I go for. I'm debating on like kind of ping-ponging back and forth between PlayStation and Xbox, so I'll finish Nexomon, then I might jump to Life is Strange Double Exposure. And
okay.
I'm still early enough on where I don't know why people hate this game. So, I don't know. I don't know. I liked most of the DCEU movies too, so my opinions are pretty skewed comparatively to the rest of the internet. So, whatever.
The hot taker himself.
You people just don't understand Zack Snyder's genius.
What do you mean by you people?
What do you mean, you people? I saw that clip earlier. Not that clip. But I saw the clip from Tropic Thunder where he's like studio had me hired because they got this koala hugging N-word. And then Robert Downey Jr. I was like, hey, for too long that word's been keeping us down. He's just like,
he's so good in that movie,
dude. That movie's amazing. I love my favorite part is how people complain.
So long.
I love how people complain that he's doing blackface. It's like no, he's not. Like the whole point is he's a method actor who's taking it too far.
Yeah, exactly.
God. Where were we? I just did Life is Strange. Did you do yours next, or do we tangent?
No, we tangented. So I'm next.
Yeah.
Next for me is Asura's Wrath on PS3.
Damn, Asura's Wrath. I have that on my Xbox also.
Yes.
Backwards compatible.
It's been in my backlog for like a hot minute, and I know it's kind of probably more of an interactive movie, but it looks sick. Like the fights and stuff just look badass. Oh my God.
Dude, and the Liam O'Brien who he plays Asura, he's also he's War in Darksiders, and
nice.
he's Gaara in Naruto. Like, he's fantastic.
Oh yeah, dude, the guy that he does. I don't know if you've watched. Have you watched Naruto?
Dude, it's my favorite of the big three.
Okay, dude, I watched. Sorry, quick, like real quick tangent. I know we don't have a ton of time, but I watched a video clip of Gaara doing like. Basically, like saying like when he gets hurt and he like sees his own blood. Holy shit! The English and the Japanese voice acting for that is fucking chilling.
Oh yeah, no,
like
it's
listening to him how he says that, it's like blood curdling. Like you can tell like the way he says it, like my blood. Like I can't like replicate it, but holy shit! I was like, damn, he's a good voice actor.
Yeah,
but yeah, that was my random side tangent. But yeah, it's Asura's Wrath. Yeah, it's gonna be
good choice.
It's gonna be sick.
Do you have the DLCs?
I think I bought them. I think I bought them a few years ago when I was like,
good, because I think they might be delisted now.
Delisted? Yeah,
they might. I guess, be. Or they were on sale at some point, and I picked them up for cheap skis. But yeah, apparently the DLCs have like the true ending.
Yeah, which is stupid, but whatever.
I don't like that games used to do that. Almost as bad as Life is Strange, still having that $20 cat mission DLC that has like 60 gamer score.
Yeah, that's hella dumb.
Probably like a few bronskis.
Yeah, that's super dumb.
Is it my turn?
Yeah.
Next on my list, picked it up for $40 Amazon on Christmas time. We're looking at Warhammer 40k Space Marine 2.
Hey.
Haven't touched it, but everything I've read and seen about it, I know the game's gonna be right up my alley.
Yeah, it looks really good.
It's kind of like a throwback to like Gears of War 2 era video games.
Yeah.
Which is, as far as I'm concerned, the golden era. Like that era, that generation, Xbox 360, PS3, those games, I think that's the best gaming generation period. Hands down. You had all 3 Gears of Wars and Judgment, you had Halos. You had Halo 3, ODST, the first Halo Wars, Darksiders. Like, all 3 Mass Effects, like whole series of games were coming out in these generations. It's insane.
Yeah. I wouldn't. I think I would disagree with best, but I would say definitely in the top 5.
What do you think's the better gaming generation? You think PS4 or Xbox One?
No.
Okay.
I would say
older. Okay.
I like older. Honestly, but like I really do enjoy that generation 360 and all that. Like that was like basically like early adulthood. So it's like, getting into all the multiplayer stuff, but I mean, I'm biased towards shit that I like grew up with as a kid. So
as we
like
all are.
SNES, PS1, GameCube, like those generations are probably like above that for me. That's why I said top 5.
I enjoyed the GameCube era. I didn't play much SNES or NES or I had the PS1. I didn't do PS2. I think I had GameCube and N64 and then bled into eventually I picked up Xbox. I went that route because Halo.
Yeah.
Of course.
Oh yeah.
But I'm excited. You don't have Warhammer 40K, do you?
I do not.
Oh, okay, because I was gonna say, everything except the multiplayer component is cross-platform play, so we could co-op it. And the cool thing is there's the main story, but then there's like co-op side missions that take. I think it's maybe the co-op is only those side missions, not the main story. Although I don't think that's the case. But like the co-op specific stuff is like running tangentially to like the main story, which is cool, and like you hear it back and forth. Pretty cool stuff.
Nice.
But your turn.
Yeah, I want to play that eventually. My next game is this has been technically in my backlog since I've like the PS2 era. Tenku Wrath of Heaven on PS2.
Okay.
The fucking have you played any of the Tenku games, dude?
Mm-mm.
They're so good.
I think so.
Like if you like stealth action games,
do they also call it is it also called like Tenshu?
I call them Tenku. It might be Tenshu. I don't know.
Can you spell it?
But it's Tenchu. To me, Tenku sounds cooler than Tenshu.
Interesting. I've not played any. I vaguely remember seeing cover art for like I think it's ten. I've heard it called like Tenshu. Because it's CHU. Tenshu Z. Xbox 360 exclusive? What?
Dude, that one's so good. That one's so like it doesn't really have much of a
crazy exclusives.
Yeah, like it doesn't have much of a story, but you can create your own character, and it's just like the gameplay is just super fun. But yeah, there's like a PS1, 2 on the PS1, 2 on the PS2, 2 on the PSP, the 360 one, and then I think there's like a randomly like a Nintendo DS one or something. And then I think that was it. I think after the 360 one, it basically just died, which makes me hella sad.
Let's see.
It's super good.
PS1, Tenshu, Stealth Assassin, PS1, Tenshu 2, Birth of the Stealth Assassin. So we find out how he was born. I got an idea how he was born. I've seen my son born. That's on PS1. Tenshu Wrath of Heaven, PS2 Xbox. Tenshu Fatal Shadows, PS2. Time of the Assassins, PSP. Dark Secret is NDS or Nintendo DS. Oh, there were 2. There's Tenshu Z and Shadow Assault Tenshu, both on the 360.
Oh, that one's dog shit. It's like a top down like. It's not even
it looks
like
different.
the other games at all.
And then Tenshu. Yeah. Oh, it was an arcade game. Okay.
Yeah.
God, Xbox Live Arcade was so good. And then Tenshu Shadow Assassin was a Wii PSP game.
So I was pretty spot on. I got like 95% of them. But yeah, Tenku games are super good. Like most of them you can play as different characters. Like
sorry, my wife sent me something. She's watching the Eagles game. She sent me like a GIF of Sam dancing, like pumping his fists. And she says, "When the birds win, you finally take a shit after 2 days, and you don't cry while coughing anymore."
But yeah, super good. If you like stealth games, try one. They're really good. I mean, even the 360 one, fuck shit.
Have you tried the origami games?
Yeah, they're actually like those are like almost like spiritual. Yeah, they're almost like spiritual successors to the Tenchu games. Like, so I think if you like origami, you'll like the Tenchu games. But yeah,
I do like origami. I have the second one. I just haven't played it much. And then I have the first one on both systems. I beat it on Xbox, and then I bought it on PlayStation. So I got to get that at some point. But that's not on my list. What is on my list next is Forspoken.
Oh boy.
I've heard it's actually like a decent game. Like it just got like it's one of those games recently that just got overhated. The DLC was like it's $12 normally, but it was on sale for like $3, so I scooped that up. So
$3.50.
Yeah, almost $3.50. So I'm gonna finally play that. It looks decent. From what I've seen. Yeah, I think I got it for like $20 last year, Black Friday, or 2 years ago, or something like that. So I figured, why not give Forspoken a shot? Get it off my shelf and in the bin for storage.
In the bin.
In the bin. Gary, it's your turn.
You get in the bin right now.
And don't you add no trophies later.
What'd you call me?
Don't you add no trophies.
Next one for me is Burnout Legends on the PSP. Another series that I fucking love. I'm so sad that like it's dead. Like the Burnout 3 is the GOAT on Xbox, PS2, but Burnout Legends is a pretty competent portable game. Like it has a lot of like the stuff from 3. It's just not as like fast paced or fleshed out, but it's in my backlog. It's been in my backlog since I had a PSP back in like 2006. But yeah.
You like Burnout Paradise?
It's alright.
My buddy put it on my Xbox 360. So I have like one achievement on there.
Yeah, my buddy and I played it back when it came out.
Shut down.
My buddy and I played it back when it came out, and it was fun, but it wasn't the same.
I can't complete it.
Sucks for
you. I bought it at some point. There's like 3 or 4 games that my buddy and or Amanda put on my Xbox 360. One of them
doesn't sound like a buddy to me.
Yeah, you know, he's not. I mean, he was a good guy. Got very fortunate when I went to college that I got roomed up with another giant nerd. That instead of some frat boy a-hole, like I got real lucky. Yeah. Like that's a risky move that you don't think about when you're going to college.
Generally. Poor him got shacked up with a nerd a-hole.
What's that?
I said, poor him got shacked up with a nerd a-hole.
Dude, I was a very different boy back then. Actually, he ended up actually being like really good friends with like one of my best friends now that I met later in college, which is pretty cool.
Nice.
All right.
What's your next?
Next for me, Horizon Forbidden West.
Hey.
I did beat the game originally. I'm on my hard playthrough right now, and by right now I mean like forever ago. I'm on my hard playthrough. I've got to beat that and then start another New Game Plus to mop up the easy. You need like New Game Plus points by doing different objectives to buy certain New Game Plus items for trophies, but then also to do the DLC because I'm not doing the DLC on super hard mode.
Yeah, fuck that.
Yeah, I know. I screwed the pooch. I started New Game Plus too early before the DLC I think was announced. I started the New Game Plus, and now I just gotta buckle down and finish it.
Screw the pooch. I didn't know you were into bestiality.
Listen.
Poor Foxy.
Oh, she couldn't handle this. Just slip another disc.
You good? Next one?
Yeah. I'm good.
Next one for me, this is a little bit cheating, but it's technically one game, one disc, is Metroid Prime Trilogy on the Wii.
Oh, no, that counts. Why not?
Yeah, it's like the Metroid Prime games are so fucking good. Like I played the first one back in the day on GameCube. I was awful at it because I have no sense of direction and I wasn't good at video games as a kid at all.
I'm finding out that I wasn't too good either because I cleaned up that Star Wars Clone Wars super easy and that was so hard for me back in the day.
But I played it. I don't think I beat it until I fucking used cheat codes or whatever. But super good game. I know they released the first one, like they remastered the first one on the Switch, but since they don't have all three remastered, I'm like, I'm just gonna play the Wii one that has the far superior Wii remote like motion controls because you can actually like aim with the Wii remote.
Mm-hmm.
It's way better than aiming with the freaking GameCube stick. But yeah, that's my next one.
Awesome. Next one for me, and we're starting to get into the next two will be those questionable good games. Mentioned it earlier, but Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League. I'm a sucker for DC. I enjoyed at least the game's story it's presenting. The combat is, I think we've talked about it before. Combat, I think, is fine. The UI is the terrible part. It's very cluttered. But apparently they finished off they're done doing development and stuff on it. There's no further content coming. They've established, I guess, there's not an end game, but there's a conclusion to the game now, apparently, that fixes some problems that people had with, without spoiling anything. The fact that it was set in a certain game universe, it addresses some of those things, apparently, that I read in passing. And also, you can play as Death. Why am I stroking on this? Deathstroke. You can play as him, so that's pretty cool.
Yeah, he's a pretty cool character.
He is. But yeah, nothing really. That's my as of right now, my only live service game for the year. But I will be roping Gary into another live service game this year for certain.
Oh, really?
Oh, really, really, really? Yep.
Whatever you got to tell yourself.
Listen, Gary, we're playing Anthem this year.
I don't think so.
We both have it. It's on the system. We just got to do it.
I don't think so. After watching a couple platinum journeys, I think I'd rather fucking gouge my eyes out.
It's not bad. It's fun. It's fun.
It's fun, but the going for the platinum is awful.
Listen, don't be a babby about it. We're doing it. Your turn.
Next one for me is Diddy Kong Racing on the N64.
Did you say Anthem? What a coincidence.
Weird.
Yeah.
Gosh.
I was going more banjo, but okay.
Jesus Christ.
Love banjo.
People are gonna stop listening at this point in the podcast. Yeah, Diddy Kong Racing. So, have you played that?
Are you talking the N64?
Like back in the day? Yeah.
I can't play those racing games.
You don't like kart racers?
No, I like kart racers. I just could never do the N64 ones. I never played the older ones. I think it was because when I was younger, the internet wasn't a thing, so I was under the impression you had to hold the N64 controller on the sides and like really stretch that finger to the center to control it.
That's 100% what I did because I'm a monster.
Well, some people's fingers are a little longer than others.
I know. How do you think I wrote my wife in? I mean, my girlfriend in.
Wow.
Don't you lie to me. You were thinking it. But yeah, Diddy Kong Racing.
I wasn't gonna bring up people.
But yeah, it's super good kart racer. I'd argue that it's better than Mario Kart. I ain't gonna lie. On the
Double Dash is my favorite Mario Kart.
It actually has like a story mode.
Oh, does it?
Yeah, and you actually have to like, I don't know. There's not really much of a story to be honest, but technically there's the story mode. But apparently, like you have to race different boss characters, and it's like super difficult. Like it's a bitch. So it's gonna be an interesting one. But yeah, back to you.
I'll have you know that since I've been playing the Nexomon, I found like 10 Master Balls just around the world currently.
Nobody cares about your Master Balls.
Listen, right? And also there's a legendary nearby. My radar is going off.
Oh my gosh.
The legendaries give you a trophy when you catch them.
Mm-hmm.
The next questionable quality game, Watch Dogs Legion. I literally just have to beat the permadeath difficulty. which isn't super hard because I have like the special characters like Aiden Pierce, Wrench. There's an assassin, like Assassin's Creed assassin you get, and they have like they're pretty stacked to begin with, but like if they're dead, they're out, and then you have to go and like recruit other people, and I don't want to do that.
Wait, do you have the rest of the trophies in that?
Yeah, I literally just have to beat permadeath.
Oh, I didn't even know you played that game.
Oh, I enjoy the Watch Dogs game. The first one is underrated, I think. Second one was really good. Third one's terrible.
Mm-hmm.
The concept of what'd you say?
That's what I've heard.
The concept of you can beat anyone is a cool idea, but then there's literally like no like I'm not invested in any of the characters outside of the ancillary ones. Like that are actually fixed characters, because it's like, well, anybody could be this character. Like I don't have a backstory.
Yeah.
And also I don't like they changed like the way that the maps work, so there's no longer thought I heard something. There's no longer like the watchtowers that unlock. Like you have to unlock the map by exploring it, which I don't like either. But the Watch Dogs Legion does have a cool like wrap up to Aiden Pierce and Wrench's stories, which is really good. For as much crap as Aiden Pierce got, it's obviously a problem narratively when the narrative highlight is the story DLC revolving around him.
Don't spoil anything. I haven't played those games.
No, I won't spoil anything. Other than the fact that, I guess it's a spoiler that Aiden Pierce and Wrench aren't dead yet, since they're in the game. But
that is a spoiler, sir.
Yeah, but I like Watch Dogs 1. I like Watch Dogs 2. It's just Watch Dogs 3 did not work. But I would take a Watch Dogs 4. I wouldn't be opposed to it.
Yeah.
Your turn.
Okay. Next one is.
Oh wait! Before we move on, if you are attempting the permadeath mode, you or any listeners, hello listeners, if you're about to die and you've got like one of the souped up characters, just quit to the main menu. It'll restart you at a checkpoint close by. Like if you can get it quick, like if you know you're about to die or it's getting close, just do that. It'll save you some headache.
Yeah, because Ray's a quitter.
I'm not a quitter. I just don't want to have to potentially like I don't want to potentially lose more characters having to go recruit more characters into my flock.
Yeah.
Any more than
Are you done?
Yeah. Oh, I'm done. I'm done.
My next one is, have you heard of Earthbound on Super Nintendo?
Yeah.
So my next one is the first entry in that series, Mother on the NES. Earthbound on Super Nintendo is like one of my favorite games of all time, and I've never really like played the first one. I've heard it's okay. It's kind of like the Earthbound improved on a lot of the stuff, but I want to play that one because technically the stories I think are connected, and then I want to play like the third one, which is supposed to be a banger.
Generally, how stories in a game series work. Generally.
But yeah.
Except for Final Fantasy. Cool. My turn?
Yes, sir.
Next up, another a PS4 gem, digital. I don't think there might have been a physical release. Infamous First Light. The standalone for
Didn't you
Second
do
Son.
that one?
I did Second Son. I really liked Second Son. Infamous First Light, I bought. I just never played it.
First Light's good, but the stupid challenges are annoying.
That's what I saw that was kind of holding me back. But I've read they're not like it's not terrible.
They're not super hard. They're just not that fun. It's just annoying.
Yep. So Infamous First Light.
Hey. My turn?
Yeah.
All right, my number 10, my last one, is Ori and the Blind Forest on Xbox One. I own both of the Ori games, and I still haven't played them, even though they're supposed to be hella good.
Mm-hmm. I'm somewhat into the first one. I haven't played the second one though.
Yeah, but yeah, it's supposed to be really good. I do like Metroidvanias for the most part, so should be right up my alley.
All right, now here's where I had some trouble picking my 10th game. I know what I'm going to pick because it's different than the other stuff on my list. I was going to throw in A Way Out, but I really didn't feel like just throwing that on there just because I know we're going to tackle that soonish and pretty easily. I want to put something else on here. My 10th game, Call of Duty Modern Warfare. And I'm talking about how do I phrase this?
The newer one, right? The one that came out a few years ago?
The newer first one. So, it's...
The newer first one? So the remaster of the OG?
No, not... That's where it gets complicated. They rebooted the Modern Warfare...
I know.
But
that's just the newer one.
So that's the newer one, but they also did a remaster of the original Modern Warfare.
I know. The way you said it made it sound like it was the remaster.
That's what I didn't want to say. So I didn't want to say Modern Warfare, the second one, because it's not the second one. But then
just say the reboot.
Exactly, the reboot. There you go.
Yeah,
so
there you go.
The rebooted Modern Warfare. I want to tackle that. I played a little bit of it. It's fun.
That's on my list too.
It's a pretty... Is it really?
Not on my pledge list, but it's on my want to play list. I just recently bought it. Yeah.
It's, from what I've played, it's pretty fun. It's just there's some co-op aspect to it. I think there's a supplemental list. Like there's an extra 60 points maybe or 20 points for I guess what's essentially Spec Ops mode. So,
I thought the second one had Spec Ops mode.
Second one did. This one has something similar to it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's my 10. That's my 10. That's my 10. That's my 10.
Yes, Queen.
And I think you have one more, right?
No, that was already...
Oh, you already did your 10?
Yeah, if somebody would have listened when I said my number 10.
Well, you also threw in 5 extra games.
No, I didn't.
I don't want to hear it. All right, let's tackle some questions. We definitely don't have time for all of them, but we will tackle the ones that are pertinent to this topic.
Before we do the podcast posted ones, let me throw in one that my buddy submitted.
Oh my god, you got buddies?
One or two.
Go on.
So his question, this is from Jason. Jason, press X to Jason.
One of those games was going to be on my list. I do intend to play one of those this year.
He said, this ties into our topic, what other kinds of media are you pledging to finish? Like rewatching or watching series of shows or movies or even books. I didn't really have a whole lot off the top of my head. One thing that I kind of sort of wanted to pledge to do finally was read all of my Naruto manga and then watch the anime after. No, I've already read that. I read that every day.
The Naruto manga is really good. Or manga.
Yeah, that's what I've heard.
Actually, the Boruto manga is pretty decent too. I know the anime sucks balls, but
Boruto, and then I'm probably going to end up doing my every 10-year reread / rewatch of Dragon Ball.
Okay.
I might even watch it in Japanese this time. I'll probably get 2 episodes in and change my mind, but I hate Goku's voice in Japanese. I hate it.
You're just not a fan of women.
Absolutely. Mm-hmm. Women playing men in shows is not my cup of tea. Don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. She is great. She gives a great performance, but it's not my cup of tea. So anything for you?
Well, as far as Naruto, it's probably one of my favorite anime, up there with Yu Yu Hakusho, Cowboy Bebop, all that.
But I meant pledges.
As far as the pledges, I do have a list that I keep track of. I plan to finish 60 Blu-rays this year.
But do you have anything specific in mind?
I mean, at this point, I guess since I've already started, I'm already a couple episodes in, as I mentioned. That 70 show, I guess I want to finish that one. Red vs. Blue. I have, aside from season 14, which is the anthology animated series, which I would love to get a copy of, but it's super difficult or super expensive to attain. but I have all the actual like story of Red versus Blue, and I haven't seen the last, I want to say like 3 or 4 seasons, especially the final season I haven't watched yet. So I do want to finish Red versus Blue. I'll finish that 70 show as well. And as far as books, I'm gonna say I want to try to finish 1984 because I have it started. I just haven't. I'm like a chapter in, and then something else came up. So I've read 1984 before, but I want to reread it because I actually own it now.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
All right.
All right. We've probably got time for what? Time for what? Like 1 or 2 more?
Yeah. Do we have? We'll tackle the things that are related to the pledges. I can't even read that. Oh wait, that might be an old one.
Are we looking at the Discord ones?
Yeah. January 4th. Okay, that's an old one. The 18th.
Yeah.
I'll tackle this one.
Do it.
From Green Gorilla Gamer. Pledges? Pledges.
I don't think that's.
It's got a question mark. Cade, put a question mark.
That was not his question though.
Go
to the next one. Go to the next one I posted.
It's a joke. He has an actual question. We'll get to it. But, Cade, pledges are what we're pledging to play. At this point, you should know that in the podcast because we talked about it the whole time.
I already answered that in
the
message.
But no, Zach Lurie says, have you picked any for each other as far as games complete? And if not, what would be a game you would want each other to experience this year? We kind of already did that last week.
Last episode, yeah.
I didn't include it on my list because I felt like it was already there. But as an unofficial 11, I have to do Sonic Forces, and you have to do... What was
Oceanhorn.
Oceanhorn. Did you start that yet or no?
No, I almost did, but then I'm like,
I was going to, and I was like, you know what? Let me just play Nexomon for 15 hours.
I know, right? A series I want you to. I know it's probably not going to happen because you don't like good things. The Yakuza series.
I like
fucking start the Yakuza. It's so good.
I will. I'll dip my toe in maybe this
year. Dip your toe into Zero and at least try it to see if you like it. Like Slugger would agree with me here. It's such a good series.
Yeah, I've been tempted to play one at some point. The Yakuzas or like a Dragons because they didn't want to use Yakuza anymore, for obvious reasons.
Yeah. I would start with Zero. It's a banger and it's Kiryu's beginning essentially.
Mm-hmm. I'll check if it's not on like Game Pass or anything, which I think it might be.
I think it still is.
I'm sure they have a copy at the game store that I go to that I have some credit for, so it won't count against me. Now on to Cade's actual question. Let me just get up in here because I can't read this far.
Get all up in it.
Other than your 10 pledges for the year, what are the top 3 games that you're going to buy no matter what this year? Cade, my boy. My sweet child. I'm not planning on buying games this year, good sir. But if I was going to, luckily one of them is going to be on Game Pass. That was going to be Claire Obscure Expedition 33. Looks really cool. That was going to be one of mine. Let me pull up the Fantasy Critic because I think we have. I'm pretty sure I've got like every big game that was on my horizon is on here.
On your Horizon Zero Dawn.
My Horizon Zero Dawn. So yeah. Oh man, there's actually a couple. So yeah, Claire Obscura, whatever. Expedition 33. I was absolutely gonna pick that up at some point. It looks really cool. FBC Firebreak, the co-op Alan Wake now. The Remedy Control Universe co-op shooter that takes place in the FBC. I was absolutely going to pick that up. I'll probably end up buying that. I think I'll make an exception for that game. And then, if it comes out this year, which I'm hopeful it will, Wolf Among Us 2. I love Wolf Among Us, and the second one I've been looking forward to forever, especially after the trailer where they showed that the Wizard of Oz characters are going to be in there now.
So random.
It is random. I like that they're doing it though. And then, I think he just goes on to say what his pledges are. His are, he wants to buy Silk Song, Tales of Iron 2, and Doom the Dark Age. He plans to, I don't know, my gaming resolution for last year was all the God of War games. That's probably just carried over to this year. Okay, so he plans to do all the God of War games. It's good plan. What about you? What 3 games are you looking forward to getting?
I second his Doom the Dark Ages. I freaking love the newer Doom series, and the Dark Ages one looks sick. Ghost of Yotei. As much as I want to play Assassin's Creed Shadows, I just know Ghost of Yotei is just going to be so much better.
Probably. I'm a huge Assassin's Creed fan. I'm skipping it this year. Not for anything against Assassin's Creed. I just don't. I know I'm not gonna have time for it.
I'll probably play Yotei this year, and then either Shadows towards the end or like next year or something.
I have Ghost of Tsushima director's cut on PS5 to play. So I
still need to play that at some point too.
I played Yotei.
I played the OG, but I didn't play the DLC or anything. And then Like a Dragon, Pirate Yakuza in Hawaii. I know I probably won't buy it right away, but I am gonna buy it because I buy every Yakuza game because they're freaking bangers. And Majima is the GOAT.
Nice.
He's my husband, you know.
We're cutting it close to the end. I think we have time for Slugger's question though. But that was you did say 3, right?
3 what?
3 games you're gonna buy.
Oh
yeah. You said Dark Ages, Yakuza, and then the other one.
Yeah. If you actually listen to anything I said, you'd know that.
Listen, the time's running out. Like the song from what do you call it? It all blends together.
Mm-hmm.
No, but it was a.
If you're less worried about your Nexomon and actually listen to what I had to say.
I just captured one. I captured a pentapus.
With
I'm just throwing out master balls now. I don't even care.
You sound like my girlfriend. What? Oh, sorry. I was watching an Instagram reel.
Can we watch this? Can we start this over? Slugger, my boy, my sweet sluggy duggy. Rub dub dug, put the slug in the tub, as I like to call it. Since I thought the Hitler DLC list was pretty fun for the new Sniper Elite, listen, we know why you thought it was fun, okay? We get what side you're on, okay?
Yep. He finally got to see more of his boy Hitler.
He's going to the homeland soon.
He was secretly hoping he was going to win.
Yeah. He plays he plays Wolfenstein, the new Colossus, and he doesn't kill Hitler at the end. I think he's in there. He said it was pretty fun. What's your guys' favorite DLC that you've played? Favorite DLC. Favorite DLC I've ever played. You got anything in mind?
I have a few.
The Tyranny of King Washington stuff was pretty cool in Assassin's Creed 3.
I never even played that. I don't like Assassin's Creed 3.
After I played it recently, the remaster, it's kind of grown on me. I like it more than I did. I wasn't big on it at first.
Mm-hmm.
Man, what's a good DLC? I mean, the control stuff was really good.
Yeah.
I haven't played BioShock Infinite, but I own Burial at Sea. I'm pretty sure that would be up there.
Have you played it?
No, I haven't touched it. I own it. Like, I own the game and the DLC, and I think I own the remaster also.
You can't say it's your favorure DLC.
No. I didn't say it's my favorite. I said if I had played it, it probably would be. Ooh, a Tropite, a fire monkey.
Oh, sweet. Yeah. One of mine is kind of cheating, but Far Cry 3 Blood Dragon. I know that's technically a standalone, but
it's a standalone.
It's kind of like it's like a DLC based on like that.
All right, Jeff Keighley.
It literally has Far Cry 3 in the fucking name.
Yeah.
So, and then all the Witcher 3 DLC is so good.
Mm-hmm.
Last of Us Left Behind and Oblivion Shivering Isles was a banger.
You bring it up. It's all like 360 era. All the Halo 3 stuff I loved. The DLC maps, the Forge stuff that they added was great. Gears of War 3 has probably what I would consider the best version of a season pass. It was like when they first started doing them. And it was very straightforward. It's like, you're going to get these 3 DLC packs and a story expansion. The story expansion was pretty good. I think it was Rom Shadow. And it was like, you get all of it for, I think it said it at the front. It's like, it's a 30% discount. And I was like, oh, this makes complete sense. Of course I'm going to buy this.
Right.
I love those DLCs. The Halo or the Gears 2 DLC maps were great also. Mass Effect had some great DLCs.
Oh, I agree. Yeah.
Layer of the Shadow Broker.
Yeah.
And then in Mass Effect 3, I forget. I know I played a bunch of them, and I think I got my last achievement recorded, and it's on my YouTube channel. But I think it was there was a really good one on Mass Effect 3. I forget what it was called. Do you remember? Like the big one?
Citadel?
Was it the Citadel, or was it, I thought that was like Citadel sounds right. Let me look it up. Mass Effect. But I really liked the last DLC they did was like a party, like you throw a party for your crew.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I remember that.
And it was really fun where there's like there's a clone shepherd. Which there was a really funny moment where like he traps you in like a storage container, you and your crew, and then you as Shepard go, man, that guy's. I think he says something along the lines of like, that guy's really like, that guy's kind of a dick. Like, I don't really sound like that, do I? Let's see. Mass Effect 3 downloadable content. There's From Ashes. Leviathan was a big one, I'm pretty sure. Citadel. Okay. That was numerous missions, several gambling arcade mini games, several battles. Oh, that's the one I was talking about. That's Citadel. Shepard rallies their crew to help them investigate an attempted identity theft, present a hijacking of Normandy. Maybe was it Omega? Essence of the mythical Reaper killing creature. Omega, Leviathan, extended cut doesn't really count. From Ashes, Prothean Origin. I remember there being like a shadow layer of the Shadow Broker level DLC.
That's the second one.
Which one was that? Was that Shadow Broker? Yeah, was the second. But I thought I remember there was a DLC for Mass Effect 3 that was on that level, but maybe not. But Slugger, my boy Joshy, those are my picks for DLCs all over the place. Very hard to like pin down one.
Yeah, that's why I picked like multiple.
We got,
if you have time, we only have one question left. First Mage.
I didn't see that one in the chat. Yeah, what is it? We'll bang it all.
So First Mage, what are some of your favorite video game related movies?
Movies?
Yeah.
Ooh, okay. Are we talking like based off of them, or it can just be video game?
I took it as anything video game related.
Video games.
So yeah.
Let's see. For as garbage as it was, I have a very guilty pleasure soft spot for the movie Stay Alive.
Stay Alive.
It's the one where it's you die in the game, you die for real type of thing. It's like a horror, like Silent Hill / Resident Evil-esque video game. Frankie Muniz is in it.
Okay.
I think he's the is it Eli Roth? Let me see. I'll look it up. That's a good one or not a good one. That's a fun one for me. I really like it. Let's see. Frankie Muniz, John Foster. I don't know who that is. Oh, Sophia Bush is in it. Oh, she's a smoke show. Oh, Jimmy Simpson. Milo Ventimiglia is in it for like a hot second. Adam Goldberg is in it. He's probably one of the bigger names. Wendell Pierce. He's in it. He's a big guy, right? He's gonna be the new if you saw his picture, you'd know who he is. He's gonna be the new Perry White in the Superman movie. But yeah, that's like a guilty pleasure for me. Movie Stay Alive. And then I actually got rid of it from my game collection because it's actually just I think it's like an actually like pretty bad movie, but I have a soft spot for it. Oddly enough, Milo Ventimiglia is in it too. The movie Gamer. Uh huh. It's
with
okay.
Gerard Butler.
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
I actually liked it. I thought it was kind of stupid, but I liked it.
So I liked it, and then I rewatched it recently. I'm like, oh, this is just really bad. Like I kind of turned around, but it has some redeeming qualities, and Terry Crews is naked in it, so
can't go wrong there.
You can't. I mean, you can. He got not he himself, but there were some, he wasn't treated right, let's say. And then video game movies. I mean, there's the Super Mario movie that was pretty good. I'm gonna look up some more video game movies. I'm sure there's a lot more that I like, but you go ahead.
All right, mine would be the OG Mortal Kombat. It's still a freaking classic. I watched that last year.
Thomas Jane.
For like the millionth time. Your soul is mine. So good. It's so good. That freaking the soundtrack is super good too. Like the theme song.
Did you also?
Mortal Kombat.
I'm sorry. I'm looking them up right now. Did you also forget they made a Monster Hunter movie?
I did because I don't really care about Monster Hunter that much.
Okay.
Final Fantasy VII Advent Children. I really like that. I know it got mixed reviews, but I don't really care. I liked it. I did like the newer Super Mario Brothers movie, even though people are like, for some reason, all of a sudden turning around on it. They're like, "Oh yeah, it's actually not that good," and I'm like, "I thought it was good."
It's a good movie.
And what was the Ready Player One? I know if we're also talking about stuff that's like kind of video game related, I thought Ready Player One was good.
Ready Player One's a masterpiece. I love that movie. Sammy likes it too.
There's so much fan service in it. It's great.
Can you say hi, Gary?
Hi, Gary.
Sammy, say hi.
Hi, Sammy.
Oh, you like talking. Oh, you don't even have pants on. Where's your pants? Don't touch don't touch this. Him
and I have something in common.
Ready Player One, yeah, for sure. I would definitely put that in there. Don't touch the keyboard. What else? Yeah, cough it up, kid. Sounds much better than it did. Yeah, you can get a bath soon. Yeah, I think that's really it. The Super Mario Brothers movie. Tomb Raider's. Oh, I like the not the was it the newest? I like the rebooted Tomb Raider movie. I thought that was
that one actually. It was pretty good. Yeah, I think it was pretty. Yeah, it was actually pretty true to like the newer rebooted series too, like the game.
Yeah. Yeah. I guess the Tron movies. I guess they're sort of video gamey. Back up, bud. Don't touch.
I'm not even sure if I've ever seen the Tron movie.
So they're making a new one. But the Tron Legacy was really good. Yeah. Don't eat your food. Don't eat it. Little gremlin, he eats the dog's food. Ridiculous. Tron Legacy is really good. The one with a Daft Punk soundtrack. And then the new one's going to have 9 Inch Nails do the soundtrack. Ooh. And it's starring Gerard Butler. I've heard good things about Gran Turismo.
Actually, my girlfriend and I watched that like recently. It's actually pretty good.
And I know, I remember seeing the Prince of Persia movie. That was okay.
Oh, with Jake Gyllenhaal. Oh, one of my man crushes.
Rampage is garbage. I watched that movie. I owned it for a hot minute and then I got rid of it. With The Rock.
Yeah.
Oh, Detective Pikachu.
I liked the Doom movie with The Rock. I thought it's kind of stupid, but I liked it.
It's a product of its time for sure.
Yeah.
Even though I love the franchise,
that first person sequence though.
Sammy, leave it alone. I love the franchise, and see, Sam, she's not pleased you're doing that. I love the franchise. It's my first 4K movie I ever owned. It's not great, but I feel like it's serviceable enough. The Assassin's Creed movie. It's not great by any stretch, but it's
I didn't like it that much.
It was
just so
it's
boring.
passable. It is pretty boring. Oh, the Hitman movies. I like
Those were okay. Like they were better than the Assassin's Creed one.
For sure. Hitman Agent 47, I kind of like that one. The one
was that the first
reboot.
one or the
No, that was the reboot.
Oh, okay. Okay.
It was okay. It was goofy.
They should just make a Hitman movie with fucking Jason Statham. He basically plays Hitman in like every movie ever.
Pretty much. Hey, bud. You okay? Stop chewing on dog food. Don't touch. Don't touch. Don't touch. Silly boy.
But dog food's delicious.
It is. It can be. You messed with the soundbar, Goob. Don't touch the TV. Don't touch the TV. I know you see it.
I see it.
Don't touch Sammy. Don't touch. Sam, don't smack the TV, dude. Back up. Alright. I think we're done here. I gotta get him a bath and everything. So.
Alright.
Gary, it's been a pleasure. Everyone, thank you for listening. Sammy, I need you to come say goodbye. Whatever. He's playing with the soundbar now. You want to say goodbye? Sammy, say bye-bye. Say bye-bye. Don't turn on the Xbox too. Animal.
He wants to grind out some gears.
Dude, I'm not opposed to it. I'll just turn on the Power Ranger filters where they don't swear and all the blood is sparks.
Is that actually a thing?
Ooh. Yeah.
What?
Yep. Don't lose my cards, okay? You can look at my wallet, but don't lose them, okay? I made that with your poppy. But yeah, thank you for listening, everybody. This will definitely go up quicker than the last one since Sammy's feeling better. I think I'm gonna shoot for like Wednesday mornings to start posting these.
Mm-hmm.
Let us know your feedback in the comments. You can listen to it pretty much on any subscription service, I think. It's on Spotify, Amazon Music. What do you... Do not touch that. That's definitely not for you to touch. Yeah, I think it's... I have to look at Apple Music. I don't know if it's on there. And then, Gary, I'm going to set you up as an admin on the YouTube channel. What do you think? For the... Probably not for this week, but for going forward. For the video, do you think, like, gameplay is still worth it? That's something to watch, or
yeah.
I have a motion graphic.
Why not?
Yeah.
Why not? I mean, that way there's something going on.
Yeah.
You know.
I mean, there's a motion background right now, but that yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Yeah, I'm trying to think what else.
Throw some Nexomon in there.
Yeah, some Nexomon maybe. But yeah, if you could subscribe, like, share with your game loving friends. Do whatever you do on all the different platforms, comments, all sorts of engagement. It helps us out in all the ways, is what I'm told. What is he doing over there? Sam, what do you got? Oh, you talking to me?
Like, comment, subscribe.
Yeah, like, comment, subscribe, share, all that fun stuff. Thanks for listening, everybody. Happy hunting. Bye. Time to give Sam a bath.
Bye.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.